Well, good morning. You have tuned into your Friday edition of Car Conversations with Candy and Kev.
Good morning! I screamed and
Lord.
broke, and it fell down. Hold that. Talk to the people. I fixed this.
Oh, God. Kevin, you done knocked the thing down. You got so excited. You get so excited in the morning.
There.
You get excited. You get excited in the morning.
I just, you got to bring some kind of energy with you so the people are, I'll just wait a minute.
So good morning, everybody. Hold on. Hold on.
There we go.
Okay. Thank you, everybody.
Hey, Anna Rudy. Anna, you changed your name.
No, she didn't. That's her original name.
Oh.
That is her original
That's
name.
her original name. Y'all forgive me.
Yes.
I didn't
Get
get
it
the-
right.
I didn't get to brush my hair.
You didn't get the memo.
No, I didn't.
That's right. Sometimes we got to take it back.
So, wait a minute. What you mean? She got a reason to take hers back there. You celebrating the take back too much for me.
Yeah, no, she does have a reason. She has a
just
righteous
said
reason.
that. I just said she has a reason to take it back. But the way you saying is, we got to take it back.
That's right.
How about I take mine back? How about that?
Baby, I hand it back because I know the...
Well, girl, listen. My credit is better now. You better stay on. You better stop acting funny. You better stop acting funny.
Listen, guys. This is... yeah, she said she went back to me. Sometimes we got to go back to the basics. You have tuned into Car Conversations with Candy and Kev.
Thank you for joining us this morning. You always can catch us this time around 7:15 to around 8:15 on
7:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes.
Kevin, you forgot. Global.
And on our car commute on our way to our 9 to 5, where we sit and we talk and we laugh and we cry and we...
Do we cry while we walk to work?
Some days I do cry. I be crying on the inside. Like, some days I be like, I really be crying on the inside. I be like, man, I'm crying.
Let me see how you cry on the inside. What's your face when you cry on the inside? Let me see it.
Watch.
That does look quite pathetic.
Y'all see the pain on the inside that I'm having right now? Look at this. Almost slipped and came out, too. I caught it, though. Caught it.
So, listen, guys. We actually missed our curfew last night because,
Ooh,
Candy and Kev ain't young as they used to be. We like to get around and be involved in what's going on around the country, but sometimes what's going on around the country requires you to be out late.
Listen, special shout out to Tidal and Jay-Z for sending us a special invite to the event last night, We Rise Tour. Phenomenal event. Let me tell you, it was... and we'll get into more detail. It was definitely an epic moment, not for us because of what was sold into our children.
Good morning, Marsha. Good morning, everyone who joined us. So wait, I'm sorry to cut you off, but what somebody told us is, we like to sometimes.
Cut off.
We like to sometimes watch y'all when after y'all go off because we don't want y'all calling out our names or whatever. But I just want to say we only call you out because we appreciate the fact that you came on so early in the morning. Thank you, Nicole.
Oh, my cousin Nicole, one of my favorite cousins. Y'all, thank you, Nicole. That's my favorite. That's like my little sister.
That's your sister.
Yeah, that's my son. No,
sister cousin.
No, it's big little. I'm big little. That's my baby little sister cousin.
You should just call her sister.
No, but baby, she called me big little cousin. She called me big cousin.
That's just
Nicole, type it for me because I'm messing up this morning.
Listen, so we stayed out past our curfew last night, but it was for a very good cause. Again, like my husband said, shout out to Tidal for sending us tickets to be a part of this movement because it truly is
definitely is
a movement. It's the hashtag Love Army.
Love Army, yes. And you know, a lot of times we come on here and we clown, we joke, but this was actually something that was definitely a pleasure to be at. And again, people don't understand sometimes because we work a 9 to 5, the portion of our day is kind of very busy, but we can that's it, big bro cuz. But we and little sis cuz, exactly. But we actually, our next job starts after our 9 to 5, and that's
our
what
9 to 5
for.
is actually the easiest thing we do.
Yes. So last night again we was invited by Tidal.
Some people don't know who Tidal is. I don't know how, but
Tidal is a streaming service owned by individuals like Jay-Z, Alicia Keys, Beyonce.
Is Rihanna a part of it?
Rihanna, no longer Kanye West. That's another subject. And they sent us a special invite for a tour that's going on with
around
the country with Van Jones. Van Jones, if you're not familiar with him, Van Jones is a CNN correspondent person that actually stands up, and he was very influential with the Obama campaign and on the Obama administration, and he also has championed for what is it called?
Mass and his passions are the unjust mass incarceration of minorities. Along with that, it's more so how sentences are issued with minorities versus white America. And again, it's not a racist thing, it's a reality. He also I got a chance, he was talking also about an organization that he's partnering with, DIFW, which is DFIW, yes, Dignity for Incarcerated Women. I didn't even know this, that when women who enter the system and are pregnant, they are actually handcuffed to their beds while they're going through labor and delivery. And you know, I can't imagine, wow, that right there, the psychological impact of that, you're bringing in a child already changed.
Yes, and it's amazing because it gave some startling statistics in regards to and how the system is set up to not equally to minorities. And he shared that he was I believe it was a Yale graduate, Harvard. Yes, he was a Yale graduate. And he said, he grew up in the inner city, and he said,
Yale was in the inner city.
Yeah.
And so basically, you know, he said he went to school, again, Yale, with an Ivy League school with a bunch of drug addicts and the you know, white privileged students who were illegally obtaining illegal drugs and using these illegal drugs. However, they would, you know, they were given therapy. Not only were they given therapy, but apparently there was a facility right on Yale's campus for therapy, for lightweight remediation. But you know, he was saying how they would hear the police sirens going past the campus to the neighborhoods populated by primarily minorities who would be arrested for the same thing,
the same exact
that
drug,
you know, his classmates were into. Also,
and given major time.
Yes. Also, have to give a huge shout out to an awesome woman that we met last night. She is none other than Kim Brooks. She is Kimberly Brooks of Fusion TV. She's a correspondent. She's a co-anchor. She's a writer. She
I believe a blogger as well.
She's a blogger. She's a vlogger. She worked on a project with Oprah Winfrey about, some of you may remember Oprah Winfrey has a school for young women in Africa, and she works on a project to tracking the success and the lives of these young women and how that experience impacted, that opportunity impacted their life. But her name is Kim Brooks of co-anchor again of Fusion TV, and follow her. She is doing awesome things, and she's an awesome, pleasant person. Also, we have to give we have to speak on an amazing person that we had the opportunity to meet, not even knowing that we have mutual friends.
Adam Jones.
No, that's not his name.
Baby, I'm looking right at it.
That's not his name. His name is Adam John Foss. So, see, there you go.
But baby, see the way you correct it, you could have been like, baby, but no, the way you did it.
Yes, no. I'm looking right at it.
No, and I did that because of the ignorance that you was just rude. That's not it. That was just you.
We done sat and talked with the man for a long time. We done shared.
You's an idiot. I'll tell you that because you just rude.
Every time
we trying to bring the people together,
and then you got to go.
Let's get back to the topic. Let's go get back to the topic.
We done talked to the man.
Because I'm feeling froggy today, and I might just jump right on you. How about that? I might. So back. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all.
We met this awesome gentleman, Adam John Foster. He is a former prosecutor, and it was very interesting to hear his take on the disparity in the justice system from the prosecutor's point of view. What I encourage you to do, and all over our social media, you'll see that I posted a link to his TED Talk. Go back, find one of those posts, and check out his TED Talk. Amazing, amazing man. But the thing that Kevin and I really respected and had a I don't know, I guess had as parents, we had a moment, and then as people, as emerging figures in this industry, and being in a room with seasoned people in the industry, what I have to say this, I've gained such a deeper and more profound respect for people like Van Jones and Adam John Foss and Kimberly Brooks, because although they spent time talking to us, well, first of all, let me back up. Big shout out to Lloyd Freeman. And I'm going to say this. The reason why I'm giving a big shout out to Lloyd Freeman is the president of the Bar Association here in South Jersey. And he is also my son's mentor. And as a mentor, he did the true job of a mentor. And he's worked with my son, and he's set him up for success in a way that Corey can now be in a room talking to CNN correspondent, going up by himself. It wasn't like he waited for me and Kevin to go up to Van Jones. At one point we looked up, we were like, where's Corey? Corey was already over there talking to CNN correspondent Van Jones. And so I have to stop and give a major shout out to Lloyd, because as a parent, to see that taking place and how he was very articulate and was able to carry on a conversation, but also to get wisdom. So I had to do that. But getting back to Van Jones, to Adam Foss, and to Kimberly Brooks, they took out real. See, they weren't fake with it. They took out time to really sew into and speak to Corey and my daughter Kiana about this topic.
Can I jump in real quick? Can I jump in real quick? Kizzy, congratulations for you and your husband on your appointment to pastor. Congratulations to you too. We wish you godly speed, and congratulations. I wanted to say that to Kizzy.
Okay.
Because I don't know if I
congratulations. But it may come up a little backwards, but go ahead.
But listen, baby, this is backwards.
Okay, well, tell them what it says, baby.
All right, so it says, we are the leaders we've been looking for. And one of the things that I want to stray while I have an opportunity, because I got to get out in a few, one of the things I want to say is individuals that so into you. Van Jones sat and he talked for about, I would say, hour about, he interviewed Meek Mills that was there. He interviewed he talked about the reform system, and then afterwards we were invited to a VIP reception afterwards, to mingle with the individuals and the movers and the shakers that were in the room. We were able to mingle and have an opportunity to speak with a lot of different people. But the thing that impressed me to no end was Van Jones came out. He asked us a few questions across the at the mic, and then he had a time where he took and met with people and took pictures. Because it was getting late and the venue was getting ready to shut down, he had to kind of move quickly. When we got to him, and my son began to talk to him, he stopped him and he
sat down.
He sat down, and I lied to you not. He spent the last of his time sowing into both of our children, Kiana and Corey, in regards to their future. And I mean, he
impressing upon them truly that they are the leaders that they've been waiting for. And the amazing thing that happened, a magical thing, and yes, I'm going to say magical, a magical thing happened. That magical thing that happened is that, he began to ask them, like, so what are you doing? What are your aspirations? What are you going to do with your life? And so, my son began to share, I don't think he even got a chance to say that he was getting ready to leave for Howard University next week, but he began to tell him that, he wanted to be a lawyer.
No, he said he wanted to work to fight against the injustice in the system.
Right. So Van Jones, in only a way that he could, articulated to Corey how what you're not going to do is you're not going to go in and be the attorney, right? And the defense attorney. What you're going to do is, what you need to do is go in and study business. You need to study Mandarin. And he said business, Mandarin, and something else. And he said, and I'm looking at him and I'm just listening because I knew he was about to drop a gem. He said, because you need to be in the position to affect change in the communities that you want to help and impact financially. So you know how Jay-Z was talking about wealth on the 444 and leaving a legacy and being able to help your community. And a lot of times people don't want to think of it this way, but it takes money to really affect change in a community. Yeah. It takes money. And so Van Jones was telling him, you want to make an impact instead of going to be, an inner city defense lawyer trying to help from that angle. He said, you need to be the wealthy businessman because as a lawyer, you're taking checks from someone, you're taking paychecks from someone else, you're receiving paychecks. But as a wealthy and successful businessman, you're able to hand out paychecks to people, and you're able to pump the dollars back into those same communities in which you would like to impact. With my daughter, I'm sorry.
Hold on. So, and he made a great point. He said that he said you want to be the person that's offering jobs. He said, he said we have enough of what you're looking to do already out here. He said I got that on lock. He said I'm defending. He said I go into the prison systems every day and try to make sure I'm defending individuals. He said so we got that on lock. And it was amazing because sometimes every now and then in life you need that one person that has influence, that have made it, have done something different to speak something that you might not have thought of, that says, look, I know this industry. Look, I've done this with my eyes closed. And to tell you, and truthfully tell you, and I tell you, with both of my children, Kiana, because he took time. Said to Kiana, he was like,
he said, what are you into? Because my daughter looks like she's about 16 years old, but she had to tell him, oh, I'm a graduate, and she said, I graduated from Fairleigh Dickinson, and
that was real dumb.
I graduated from Fairleigh Dickinson University, have degrees in social work and blah, 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 blah. He said, okay, but what is it that you want to do, that you're doing with that? She said, I currently work with autistic children, and my daughter, she's actually has a job in the field in which she desires to be, which she got her degree. And so my daughter works with autistic children.
Don't give them alone.
In here in our hometown. And so he said something to her. He said, so that's good. You are a helper. He said, the fact that you're here, I know, the fact that you're at an event like this, I know that you have a helper's mindset. He said, but you know how you could truly help even that population, those kids that you want to be a help to. And I was like, wow, I'm thinking, where's he about to go with this? He said, what else are you good at? What are you good at? And then he looked at me. He said, Mom, what is she good at? And I said, well, she organizes, and she's
You ain't say that.
Yes, I did. She's a good project manager.
You said, I don't know. I said, you know what?
I said project management. I did. I said project management. I said because she likes to, because Kevin said, yeah, organization. And then he said, in that same business that you're currently working in with the children, you could be a COO. A COO. No. He said, baby, no. Let me tell you what he said. He said, maybe you're not a CEO, which he said, I think that you are. He said, but because you're good at organizing and project management and running things and making sure things run, so maybe you're not the CEO. However, I think you could be, but maybe you are the COO. So for those who don't know what a COO is, that's the chief operating officer, the person that's managing the flow of work and how the company operates. He said, it's good and it's noble to want to start at the bottom and be on the ground and help in that way. He said, but I want our young people, bright minds like you, pointed to Corey and Kiana. He said, I want you guys thinking about positions of leadership, so that because if you've already been on the ground and you've worked face to face with these young autistic children, you know what they need. You'll learn and you'll know what they need and how a system should run to properly impact their lives. So I want you to aim to be a COO, a chief operating officer. And I was just like, mind blown.
So the thing is, and one of the things my children said, because I was like, man, that was a top thing that should have been recorded for you guys. And they said that they were like, that was a personal moment for us that, we wouldn't really want to necessarily share with everybody. But let me just say this to kind of bring it all together. The time that these individuals took to sow into our children, that had people pulling on them from all kind of directions, and they said no. To the point where they're tapping on him saying, listen, we're going to have to get out the building. And he said, I'm going to finish with this family first. And for me, that just shows it goes beyond just the scope of I'm a public figure. I'm here because of I know that it'll bring other people here. And then after I'm done, I'm gone. They took time to really sow into the youth today, and it was really inspiring.
So man. funny thing. Oh well, let me say this also. Kimberly Brooks, she's, if you happen to be watching this, thank you so much. She really spent a lot of time with the kids, and when you think about a woman who's worked with and who continues to work with people like Oprah Winfrey and all these big names, the fact that and I can tell because I'm trained to read body language. I can tell when a person is not really paying attention to you, but the fact that she was attentive, she was engaging in active listening, she was really tuned into them and to what they were saying was an awesome thing. So Corey had explained to Kim Brooks and to Adam Foss that, he'll be at Howard. We actually drop him off next Thursday, and Corey said, again, shout out to you, Lloyd, because Corey was booking engagements. Corey said, I would love, now Corey hasn't even been on the campus yet as a student, but he said, I would love for you to come to my school, Howard University, and speak. My classmates need to hear from people like you. And both Kimberly Brooks, again, she's co-anchor of Fusion TV. She worked on a project with Oprah Winfrey about her Girls Academy. And Adam Falls, former prosecutor, his TED Talk is amazing. I was just going to take it to the other one. Corey booked both of them, and they both made a commitment to Corey and gave Corey their phone numbers and their email addresses. And before we even left the building,
excuse me. When you said other one, I'm hoping you're not saying the other stop, because the express train don't stop.
Okay, well then I'll hook around. Gave them, and before we even left the venue, Corey was like, "Oh my God." Adam really just emailed me, and because Adam apparently was already scheduled to come to Howard, and he's like, I want to make sure that I connect with you. So, being around industry people, Kevin and I have become very adept at listening to people give the let's connect
industry talk.
That industry talk. But these people,
if you ever seen the episode of Martin, when Varnell Hill had met Martin, he came on the show, or he did something with him, and he said, listen, when you're in LA, come look me up. And Martin Lawrence went all the way out to California because he said, Varnell Hill gonna have me on the show. And he got out there, and then it was like, man, that was just industry talk. I didn't mean what I said. I say that to everybody. We've run across individuals like that, and we've come immune to that. But these individuals really backed up what they said. So I want to thank you. Listen, if you guys have an opportunity,
whenever you hear across the nation, when you hear that this is just what we do. When you hear that the We Rise tour is coming to your town, and if you're invited, because it sounds like there's a certain, it's an invitation style event or whatever, but
you can purchase
and you can purchase tickets, but you need to make it your business to be in the room.
Yes, and if you would like to also be a volunteer for,
it's on the thing, baby.
If you want to be a volunteer for the
what you do is baby, what you do? I didn't get.
If you want to be a volunteer for the
Love Army.
Love Army is a group of young people that come together to help support this particular cause. And again, one of the things, and one of these days, God willing, I'm going to share my complete story with this particular audience. I'm not in a position where I can do that as of now, but these individuals go because they have a heart to be able to help with the justice system and the indiscretions. Baby, I'm not finished yet. The indiscretions of the justice system and the racism in the justice system. So it's called. You can hashtag the Love Army. You can text love at 97483 to join. Again, that's text the word love at 97843. Text love to that number to join, and you'll be able to participate with this particular movement. Candy and Cab are now participating in the movement. You'll see us when it's different areas and that's coming up. You'll see us there because we believe events that are going to be there. So we believe in supporting a great cause. We're not only about just laughing and joking and clowning, but we also about the causes that's going to help our community grow.
Now, speaking of laughing and everything, so at one point it was so funny because most people.
Oh, hold on, let me say it again. Brandy, for those that missed it, is love 9.
Why don't you put
I'm
it
sorry.
up there? Why don't you
I am, but I'm trying to say it first. It's text to 974.
Text love to. There you go. You have to, because you didn't articulate. You need.
For those that are joining for the first time, I usually by now would have cussed.
You need to text the word love.
I mean, she just talked the whole time.
You need to text the word love to 97483. Their purpose is to Fight divisiveness and cynicism with solidarity and solution. If you're interested in this mass incarceration and combating or joining the efforts against disparaging mass incarceration, especially of our youth, especially of our young people of color, you can text the word justice to 97483. So again, the number is 97483. You can just join the Love Army by texting the word love to 97483. I want to tell you, we really didn't know what we were in store for when we were in store for when we got there, but we left inspired. It's so funny because just the way me and Kevin are, kids, we're leaving, and my daughter was meeting up with some of her friends because it happened down in the happening area of Philly, and near the Sugar House Casino and some of the other after hour spots that 20 somethings go to, and so my daughter was meeting up with a few of her friends afterwards. My son, who is 18, my daughter's about to be 23. My son, who's 18, this is right after they finished talking to Van Jones. My son looks at my daughter and says, "Kiana, you're not going out. We're going home, and you need to get yourself a vision board." Didn't you hear Van Jones just speaking to your life? He just spoke to your life. Come on, we going to Walmart right now. We going to the 24-hour Walmart, and we going to get us some vision boards. Then he kind of threw shade at us because I was like, "Corey, me and Daddy have a vision board." He said, "Yeah, well, how y'all doing at that?" And then we were like, "Well, we've accomplished some things on that vision board." So we have, but go ahead.
I just gave up, baby. I just figured, this is Candy Edition. I just figured I stopped talking at this point. I'm touching. Sometimes you just gotta just know when to hold them and know when to fold them.
Know when to walk away. Know when to run.
She gave people credit for stuff that me and my son said on that couch yesterday while we were there, and I said, "Listen, I want you to do this, I want you to do that." She just gave all that credit to somebody else. Didn't even say, "Well, you know what, it's Daddy." Just give it all away to somebody else. But it's okay because that's what people.
Oh, you told them to do the vision board?
That's what people do when they want to be a part of another crew. My wife wanted so bad to be a part of the Boule. I just want to be a part of the Love Army at this point now. All right, y'all, I'm out.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
what?
It's been that kind of it's been that kind of day.
So Kevin,
you get excited and just be like, "Don't say nothing, shut up and let me talk the whole time." So I'm just here to be handsome, I guess. So Kevin, y'all have a good time.
Can I ask you a question though? And I'm being serious. What was your takeaway from it last night? My
takeaway was you're never too big to sow into your future. And when I say your future, the generation coming behind us are the future. You're never too. You never can get too big that you forget the people that matters the most. You take that time. And again, the takeaway for me was the fact that Van Jones, and again, if you guys don't understand, he had people standing around waiting and pulling, and to the point where one woman interrupted to talk about she wanted help with her cause, and he said, "Excuse me," he said, "I'll be right with you." He said, "But I'm gonna finish with this family," because he saw that he saw something where he said this has to be done, and that to me, by all means, was worth the experience. And again, yesterday was when we were given the tickets to go. At one moment, my daughter wasn't sure if she wanted to go. Blah blah blah. I'm so glad that she saw that. And again, what is funny, and sometimes God will use the what's the scripture where he says he'll use the crazy things to confound the wise or whatever, something like that.
Can I say it?
No.
Okay.
But my daughter heard Meek Mills was going to be there, so she went in a sense, because Meek Mill's is a celebrity, you know, that was a drawing card for her. But she left with so much more than just Meek Mill's that to me was a blessing. So shout out to Van Jones.
But Meek Mill's story was interesting. Didn't know that story about him.
Yeah, his story was very interesting. But my takeaway again was thank you, Van Jones, for the time you spent sowing into our children. It meant the world to us, and we appreciate you guys again. Hashtag love war, love army, love army. Baby, I was looking now so I can. All right, y'all. I'm out. Peace. Have a good day, y'all. I'm done.
The other funny thing was, don't be so sensitive, baby. We in the army. We in the love army.
Even they saying poor kids.
That was back before. The funny thing is, the other thing is, you know, when I first became aware, me personally, when I first became aware of Van Jones, it was the night that
you're gonna move up because I don't want to hit your door.
The night that Donald Trump won I was going to say that, Kissy. I was going to say that, but the night that Donald Trump won the election, and he was the African American male who became so emotional because he knew what that was going to mean for the world, right? So he cried and everything. So that's what we kind of know him for. And so last night he said, yeah, Philly, when they put the cameras on Philly when President Obama won the election, y'all was embarrassing us the way that y'all was snotting and crying. I want to be like, did you forget the whole Donald Trump situation? But he's actually funnier than I realized.
Yeah. So listen, y'all have a good weekend.
Look at Keisha Lingo over there.
Okay. Y'all have a good weekend. May heaven smile upon you is my prayer. Remember, love God, love people. I don't know where that came from. Just feel like saying something.
Wait, what?
That's seeming powerful, and well, that's what's
you want to give your a shout out to your mutual friend with Adam?
Yeah, shout out to John Forte and all them good guys, man. Y'all have a good day.
Kevin, what is? Baby.
Babe, I gotta go to work, baby. It's almost.
Okay, so I'm gonna need you to bring some energy, though.
Baby, go ahead. You already did everything. Just go ahead and do what you gotta do. I'm bi-coastal today.
Who do you mean bi-coastal? What are the two coasts you're on?
Yeah, because if you say bipolar, then I offend the whole community of bipolar people. They'll be mad at me one minute and happy the next. I don't know. So I just say bi-coastal. So I'm West Coast right now. I'm still asleep.
So, what are we up to this weekend, Kev?
It's a few things, but we haven't yet confirmed the one thing that might cancel out the other thing. So we'll keep y'all posted. So
somebody mentioned. Somebody mentioned last night. I like how Kevin still got his shades on inside a building that's dimly lit on top of his head while he talking to Van Jones.
That's because it's cool. And I ain't want to break my glasses. See, y'all don't understand. When you buy expensive glasses, you don't just put them in your pocket because if they break, I just had to go back and get my screw fixed the other day. But listen, y'all, I gotta go so I can, I don't want to start my journey of entrepreneurship by getting fired. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the work.
But actually, that's how a lot of people started their journey in entrepreneurship. They got fired.
Somebody gotta pay for this boy to go to Howard Candy. So I don't think that would be a wise.
Have faith in God.
I do have faith, and I have faith that I'm gonna get to work on time.
I gotta get you closer so we can. So Kevin, tell everybody where they can follow us.
Hashtag Candy.
No, that's not how they follow us.
Then why did you tell me to say it? Just say it to yourself, Candy.
You can follow us on all of our social media. On YouTube, you can see some back clips of some of the events and things and videos that we've been at, and some of our car conversations. So you can follow us on YouTube at The Candy and Kev Show. You can follow us on Facebook at The Candy and Kev Show. You can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at The Candy and Kev Show. Don't forget to go and check out our website. That is www.candyandkev. Listen, guys, have a safe weekend. Be safe. I feel like sometimes I hate watching the news on Monday morning because it seems like we just lose so many people over.
Yo, I gotta go. Bye. Have a great weekend. Hashtag Candy and Kev. You'll find everything. Peace out.